I think that I might be in love with you. I think. Hello? What? It's been 380 chapters. So, I have been gone for a bit. During this time, I have been doing particularly nothing. Except the past few days where I read all of Rent a Girlfriend. In like, it was like 5 days. But for the video's sake, 3 days. TLDR for the people that just come in and want to leave right away. Don't read it. There's no character development and there's almost 400 chapters. Now that we got with that, I'm gonna continue with the story. I'm gonna go with the story. I'm also gonna talk about the characters, and then I'm gonna do a relationship breakdown at the very end on where I see this is gonna go, and how you shouldn't read it, and how each character's the two main characters are affected in their relationship, quote unquote, because nothing happens here. So let's start in the beginning. Story starts with Kasuya, college kid, just got out of a bad breakup. Girl broke up with him, feeling super down on himself. So he finds this app. This app, you can rent a girlfriend. And he finds Mitsuhara. Mitsuhara is one of the top girlfriends on the app. In the whole Diamond app. I think it was called Diamond, yeah. And he goes out on a date. He has fun. Like he was kind of sketched out, like, oh, I'm gonna pay somebody so that way they can be my girlfriend. He was kind of sketched out. Dude is a fucking loser ass virgin, no hoes, no maidens, bitchless. This dude is a fucking travesty of a human being. He sucks. But yeah, he has his date. And it goes really good. And he's like, oh, this was really fun. And then he goes back home and looks at the reviews for this girl on the app. And sees that they end up the day by holding hands, very cutesy like and all that. He goes into all the reviews that she has, and his experience was exactly the same as everybody else. So Incel over here, Kasuya, goes full Redditor mode and starts leaving some fucking cringe ass comments on her page, basically on how she's not worth it. And because everybody else had the same experience that he did. They had a good time, they held hands at the end of the date and all that. But this dude just goes full incel mode and starts just leaving some bullshit on the timeline. So yeah, that happens. And that's the other thing. Okay. The Cuckolding. Okay. So the main reason I picked this manga back up is because I had read it a long time ago, like 2020, end of 2022, 2023. And I had mentioned it on my group chat with like the Bushel of Asses. Like, let me stop you there before you continue rambling in this worthless manga. So yeah, the Bushel of Asses are getting together and making their own channel. We did some videos before where we did some Korean like dating sims, and it was really fun. So we want to do more of that and some other things too. But yeah, hopefully we'll be uploading some stuff there soon. And yeah, let's get back to the video. Atriel, Indu, Pinguino, and Ram. I have mentioned it once, and the reception was very not what I had experienced. It was like, oh, if you like toxic relationships and cuckold, yeah, read it. I'm like, that's not what I read. And then I was like, okay, I let that go. And then like 2-3 weeks later, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna bring it up again. I want to see what was going on. And I bring it up, and they tell me, yeah, it's super toxic, and but it's super toxic and it's super cuckoldy. And I'm like, but there wasn't any cuckold in what I read. And I was like, okay. I need to reread this because maybe I fucking missed something. And yeah, I understand where the cuckoldery comes from. It is Kazuya's fucking make-believe world in his head. Anytime that he feels like, oh, I'm not worthy of this girl, she's probably out with another guy, he has this imagination that's just full cuckold bullshit. And it is... We're gonna get to the pool scene. The pool scene is fucking legendary. Oh my god. Okay, so now I understand that, because in relationship-wise, like interacting with each other and all that, there wasn't any like anything that flagged the cuckolding. It's all in his fucking head. This dude has no fucking self-esteem, doesn't respect people, and he's like, if Scott from Scott's program was worse. But in the end, he still has a heart of gold? Kinda? So yeah, I left off at, oh yeah, he goes full Redditor mode, leaves a whole bunch of bad comments. Then, I forget why he rents her again, but he does rent her again. And this time he was just being a dick during the date. He was like completely shut down. He's like, why are you just being fake in this date? Like, what's the whole point of this? And she's like, okay. And the thing is, this dude loves yelling. This motherfucker's... Every time something happens, he's yelling. Like, he doesn't have an inner monologue. Well, he does have a huge inner monologue. I mean, he doesn't have an inside voice from when he's like flustered. And yeah. Right. I'm looking at screenshots and okay. Now, he's basically telling her, well, not Chizuru, that's later. That's her real name. Her real name is Chizuru Ichinose. But her stage name for like the rent-a-girlfriend stuff is Mitsuhara. And yeah, he starts making a huge scene on the aquarium where, oh yeah, dude's a fish guy. Don't know how I feel about that, but he loves fish. He could be a marine biologist, but you know, she does the date again with him, and she recognizes that it's him again. So she did a lot of research about fishes and stuff, and like she preps up completely for this guy. So that way, when they revisit the aquarium, since that's the same date that he chose, she could be like, oh, I could be talking about this, about fishes and all that. She was very considerate in that aspect, and he just starts basically having a meltdown in public, yelling, like, why are you so fake and all this? Why do you do this? And she basically grabs him, pulls him to the corner of an aquarium, tells him, dude, I'm a fucking rent-a-girlfriend. What's your fucking deal? And I'm like, okay, yeah, good. She fucking stopped it. It's part of the contract. Like, I wouldn't even be going out with you. You're nothing special. And yeah, she basically sets him up. And then, in the middle of that date, when he's like, okay, he's like, fine, you put me in my place. I'm just... You can get paid for the rest of the date, and I'll just fuck off. And when he's about to fuck off, he gets a call from his his family, telling her that his grandma's in the hospital. He's like, oh shit, my grandma's at the hospital, I have to go right now. And she, for some reason, follows him because they're still on a date. And when they get to the hospital, he sees his grandma. He's like, Grandma, you okay? And she's like, I'm fine. Who's that? And then he's like, oh, that's my girlfriend. And that's where the problems start. The problems just become worse and worse as he doesn't have the fucking pride to say, oh, hey, I kind of fucked up. I'm not with this girl. She's just a rent-a-girlfriend. But he doesn't want to. He want to keep the face up. He's not like he can't take one. No, he has to like keep the face up and fucking drive himself mad with all the bullshit. But yeah, they get to the hospital. And yeah, basically that's what happens. The grandma sees her and she's like, oh my gosh, she's beautiful. She's like a princess. I can't believe you're dating my grandson. He's so fucking average. Yeah. So basically that happens. And after that happens, let me see. I got some notes. Yeah. He keeps the faces for the family, and then stuff keeps going on. He keeps renting her, like, just to go out and all that. And he rents her out once, and they go to the same college. That's another thing. Once he was on the college, oh yeah, after the second date, he said that she was the greatest thing ever and left a good review, blah blah blah. Everything's nice now. He's not full incel. We'll get back to that later. But he keeps going on dates, and then during one of the he gets invited to like a friend meetup, and during that friend meetup, he gets invited to there, and he goes over there with Shizuhara because his friends found out that he has a girlfriend now from his grandma, and they're like, oh, you gotta introduce us to her. And they go over to that. It's like a little sit-down pub where they can order food and all that. She goes over there with him during that, even though thanks to the contract, they're not supposed to get that close, but that contract's basically null and void from like the get-go because he's a fucking dumbass. They go to this friend to get together, and in the friend get-together is his ex, Mami-san. Mami-san is fucking crazy. This bitch insane. But she's kind of right though. She's insane, but she's right. Kinda. The way she goes about things, kind of cringe. But yeah, we'll get to that. That's a whole pool arc. And his ex, Mami, had blocked him on Twitter. She basically got contact with him because I think he wanted her to meet his grandma for like the first time, and they only dated for like 3 months. And she's at that party, and they're like, oh, and then she's like, she keeps posting stuff on Twitter, but since he's blocked, he can't see it, and it's just the most unhinged shit, like saying stuff like, oh, who is this bitch? Like, why is she here? Like, she's like, she's way too pretty for him and all that bullshit. I'm like, okay, yeah, okay, I see you're gonna be problems later on, but the main problem is the main character. The main character fucking sucks. But yeah, as they're doing the whole party, she keeps on dropping hints like, oh, Kasuya is so fucking stupid. Like, when we were together, he wanted me to meet his family. Can you believe that? God, he's so crazy. And then he gets this look in his eyes like he's gonna hurt you. I'm like, what the fuck are you going on about? Ugh. And Shizuhara steps up to the plate, slams the table, and just say, like, he's a nice guy, he's a wonderful guy. I don't care who you are or what you've done, like what you've done with him. He's an awesome guy, and you're just like shitting on my boyfriend. And yeah, that's another thing that happens. And Mami-san gets fucking schizo, gets crazy. Like, he leaves a whole bunch of stuff on the thing, and then let's see what else happens. Keeping faces. Then we introduce another character. Her name is Ruka. There's a lot of problematic stuff with Ruka, but let's start at the beginning. As he's just going about his life, renting Shizuru every once in a while, his friend gets a girlfriend, and she's very out of his league. This dude is like Beaver's McGee with like the beaver teeth, fucking bowl cut blonde. Yeah, and it's like, oh wait, how do you get a girlfriend? And when he suggests, oh hey, we should go on a double date so we can meet each other, and he brings Shizuhara, which is a rent a girlfriend, then he brings Ruka. They go out, and right away, Ruka is like, she's a rent a girlfriend, isn't she? And after the date, They both separate, like his friend and Ruka. And then when he's going back to the station, Ruka's right there because he's like, you can't say anything to my family and all that. And this fucker, Kasuya, starts chasing this girl. This poor girl. Starts chasing this girl, fucking begging on the floor. Basically saying, don't say anything to anyone. I don't want to face the humiliation. And I'm like, dude, just come clean. You're just digging a fucking hole and making it bigger. And then he says some really sweet stuff and all that about Mitsuhara and all that. And that makes her fall in love with him. And in the middle of that, she basically calls the rent-a-date with his friend off and falls in love with his friend Kazuya, the main character, and basically makes a fool out of his friend right in the middle of a date. And she falls in love because she has this heart condition where her heart beats very slow, and she wants somebody that can bring her heart rate up because of love. And if she oversteps herself, she kind of starts like, she faints if she oversteps herself because her heart is slower and all, whatever. But basically that's her reasoning for wanting to be with Kazuya. She wants to feel like she's alive. And yeah, she basically right there, dead set on Kazuya. She's like, no, you're my boyfriend. You're gonna be my boyfriend forever. I don't care what you say. So let's talk about the big elephant in the room, about fucking Ruka. This guy Kazuya, not a big fan of Ruka. Like, yeah, she's pretty and all that, but he's not a big fan because he likes Mitsuhara. And yeah, she's keen on that, has to be the guy. And the main elephant in the room is she's still in high school, so she's probably between 17 to 18 years old, which is fucking weird. It's fucking weird. And I think if they wanna like clean it up, they could be like, oh, she's 18. Actually, she's 17, and now that she's in college, because a year after she goes into college, like, she's 18 now, but it's still fucking weird because he makes a deal with Mitsuhara, since Mitsuhara wants nothing to do with Kazuya, the main character. He's like, okay, since you're so fucking pathetic, I'm gonna help you get a girlfriend. And the idea is like, maybe Ruka can be your test girlfriend. And he's like, okay, I want you, but I don't want a test girlfriend, but I'll give it a try. And Ruka becomes the test girlfriend. During this whole thing, he has an allowance for the whole year, so he can pay his rent, do all his college stuff, but the fucker rents too much. Every time he rents her is about 15,000 yen, so 150. Sometimes it could go up to like 350 per date, depending on where they go, how long it is and all that. So his income is getting very short. And yeah, and now we have a small harem between Ruka, Mitsuhara. Let's see, what else? I'm still remembering because it is fresh on my mind, but it's 400 chapters. Give me a fucking break. It's like 386 chapter, 40 volumes. And I consume that shit straight to the fucking dome. So we're at Ruka becomes a fake girlfriend. She's like all over him, like she loves him. Like if he wasn't so focused on Mitsuhara, maybe later on when they're both in college, maybe there could be something there because their age gap is not fucking huge, but whatever. She fucking loves him. He's not interested in her because he only has eyes for fucking Mitsuhara. So he I think after a few more dates, he tries to make a date, but she's busy. And she goes out. Oh, that's the other thing. They live in an apartment complex, and she lives right next to him. That's a whole another thing. They're next door neighbors on their fucking apartment complex, so they always see each other. And one of the times, she goes out and she's looking really pretty, and he was by the door. And he's like, "Oh, where are you going?" And he's like, "Oh, I have a rent-a-date." And he's like, "Oh, what? You have a rent-a-date?" Like, if this was some magical thing that just happened that he didn't know about. He knows she's a rent-a-girlfriend, but he's surprised that she's going on a rent-a-date. And it technically wasn't true because she was going out with one of her, she's an actress. So one of her stage play like members, they were going out. And he starts following her. And it gets so fucking creepy. The dude's like following her, seeing what the hell she's doing, who the guy is. The guy is basically a 10 out of 10 because he's an actor. Blonde, fucking fresh beret or whatever. And yeah, he's like, what the hell? Like, what's going on here? And then he fucking approaches them, and what's going on here? And once again, she's like, bro, I'm a rent-a-girlfriend. I can do whatever the fuck I want. What is your fucking problem? I am not exclusive to you. Like, dude, you're fucking dumb. And yeah, after a while, things go back to normal, and he does have few moments of being a decent guy, but most of the times I can break down the next 386 chapters. It goes like this. Day opens. Dude's freaking out about some other bullshit he did, and how he's not a cool guy, he's not amazing, and he's such a loser. Then he sees Mitsuhara. Once he sees Mitsuhara, describes the outfit from top to bottom. Every single piece of clothes she has. Oh, the lipstick makes her look so refined. She has long legs. Her skirt is like three inches above waist. I'm like, okay, dude, why are you doing this? But every time he sees Mitsuhara, describes the outfit, then says basically, oh my god, she's so hot. Then, as they go out, everybody around them is like, oh my god, that girl's so hot. Like, every time they go out, it's like, oh my god, that girl's so hot. Everybody's like looking onto her, and it's kind of like, she's so hot. Like, how can a guy even score somebody like that? And that happens every single time, almost every single chapter when they go out. It gets brain numbing. But once again, I just did it all at once, so I didn't have to wait each week. And basically, he does like every chapter is like 7 to 10 pages each week. Thankfully, since I had a fucking huge ass catalog, I didn't have to wait every week to basically waste 3-4 pages on the same thing and then get to the part where there's more growth. And thankfully, I'm happy I did that. I think there's another chapter coming out in like a couple of days. I'm probably gonna read that one and then stop completely until there's more stuff, because even though this is slop, I'm still very interested because of a lot of things that happen. Yeah. Then a new character comes in. Her name is Sumi-chan. Sumi-chan is a fucking angel. She's a rent-a-girlfriend, but she's not confident in herself. Sumi-chan is the best character in this whole manga, and she appears 5 times in 386 chapters. Yeah. Cool. So yeah, Sumi-chan, she can't talk in dates. She gets way too nervous. She's way too nervous. She can't talk. And Mitsuhara tells Kazuya, oh hey, one of the girls at work, she's having a lot of troubles in dates and she doesn't get requested as often. I was hoping that if you go out with her, and since you have the experience of going out with a rent-a-girlfriend, you can give her a little bit more confidence. And yeah, they go on a date, they have a really good time. And yeah, he actually like helps her out, like come out of her shell a little bit, and says like 3 words during the day. Like, her character is the character where she does motions on everything she does, and that's how she communicates. But yeah, Sumi-chan's amazing. The other one they introduce is Mimi. Mimi lives... Okay, so if Kazuya's in the middle, Mitsuhara's right here, Mimi's in this apartment in between them. Oh, Kazuya's in between. Mimi moves in and basically tells them, hey, you fuckers. They go out to the balcony to talk about the stuff that's happening and all that. And Mimi basically tells them, guys, you're being too fucking loud on the balcony. Can you go inside and talk about your shit? And we find out that Mimi is a streamer and cosplayer. And from what I heard, from what I think I saw it, the dubbing of Mimi in the actual anime is fucking cringe. But in the manga, she's actually pretty good. She's not referencing some stupid ass shit. Maybe once or twice, but nothing super cringe. And Mimi becomes like Kazuya's wingman. The one hyping up Kazuya to progress with Chizuru. Mitsuhara. Mitsuhara's name is Chizuru Ichinose. So I'm gonna flip-flop on Mitsuhara or Chizuru. But yeah, she becomes his main wingman. You can see this girl in a fucking t-shirt and fucking shorts, rocking it out. And then sometimes when you go into her room, she's wearing some sexy ass cosplay, some bunny girl shit. That's her deal. But she becomes his main wingman. But yeah, I think I skip a little bit on the introduction of characters, but that doesn't matter. Another instance that stuff gets super weird is when they have a school break for like the summer and stuff. So they go to the beach, but Mitsuhara's not there. And it's just his friends and Mimi-san's there again because chick's fucking crazy. Like, she broke up with him, but she's still reaching out for this guy. Yeah. Basically, they go to the beach, and then since they're part of the same college, Ichinose, which is Mitsuhara's real name, she goes out as herself to the beach with her friends, not his friends. And they find each other. And when they find each other, nobody recognizes her. So apparently she's fucking Clark Kent. She puts on a pair of glasses and some like ponytails. So like, not ponytails, the little, when you wrap your hair, god damn it. 2 hair thingies, and she puts on glasses, and she's not Mitsuhara anymore. She's just a bland ass girl according to everybody. But yeah, they find her there, and then he's like, what are you doing here? And she's like, I'm just hanging out here with my friends. What the fuck are you doing here? You stalking me again? And then since they went away to like have this private conversation, fucking Mimi and his friends are like, Kasuya, where the fuck are you? And they come to look for him, and they hide in the bathroom together. And Mimi-san, I think, goes in there and it's like, oh, well, what are you doing here? And when he's like, oh, it's just me here, she takes up the glasses, turns into Mitsuhara again. It's like, oh, he's talking to me, and she gets super jealous. Mami-san's like, oh, why are you here? He's like, yeah, I came on a date with Kasuya, so yeah, that's basically it, because she didn't want to reveal her actual like self to everybody and why they were like talking privately with each other. And between all that, then she starts hanging out with the friends again, completely ditching her actual friends to hang out with him so he can cover more face, and the cycle keeps going on, which is just fucking insane. In that, he basically tells her, hey, yeah, we can't keep this going on. I gotta tell everybody. Oh yeah, I forgot that part. While his grandma was in the hospital, she made friends with all the grandmas in the fucking hospital ward, and one of those grandmas was Mitsuhara's grandma. And once he was visiting there with Kazuya was visiting his grandma with Chizuru again because he wanted to see her. She wanted to see him. They're like, oh hey, this is my friend now, like Mitsuhara's grandma, and now they're both stuck to each other because her grandma knows her, that they're dating, and his grandma knows that they're dating. So breaking it up didn't become as easy as just, oh hey, you're the dude, nut up, and just nut up and tell everybody. When she got involved, she's like, oh, I don't think we can say anything because my grandma knows now, and I don't want to tell her because she doesn't know I do the rent-a-girlfriend thing. But yeah, that's why in the beach scene they're like, oh, I don't want to reveal my actual self because if my grandma finds out that I'm like Mitsuhara, that'll be bad because I don't want her finding out. Because she does the rent-a-girlfriend thing, so she can pay for her acting lessons. She can do her normal living and all that. And it helps her out with acting practice. And she uses that for like practicing like acting as a different person. But yeah. Ami-san basically, she's just cringe again. She goes through her phone stuff, starts writing a whole bunch of mean things, and then during that beach section, she's like, oh, Kazuya, follow me over here, and tries to like seduce Kazuya after she broke up with him, so that way she can break them up because she doesn't like seeing happy people together, and even though it's fake, she wants to break them up. So she's like trying to make it seem like he's cheating or whatever. And basically when they go around some rocks or whatever, and she's like, oh, you're still with her, like how did you need a girl like that and all that bullshit. And then he stops himself, if I'm correct. But most of the time, whenever he's interacting with a girl, he's the fucking worst. This dude, constant boners. This dude gets hard from a fucking swift wind to the crotch. This dude, anytime he sees a girl, just goes down these fucking spirals of fucking thirsting over these women. It's fucking insane. And I'm like, dude, get laid. Like, this ain't healthy. Like, you need help. Like, that's the other thing. You see this guy constantly jacking off. Not actually jacking off, but you can see that he has like his pants like on his waist, and there's like balls or like paper and all that. Like, this dude's jacking off constantly because he's never gotten laid and doesn't know what to do with himself. And then he's surrounded by a whole bunch of basically 10 out of 10s everywhere. And yeah, dude needs a lot of help. So, beach, Mami-san is trying to break them up. His friend finds out that something weird is going on between them. And his friend, I forget his fucking name. Friend, girlfriend? Characters. I should have had this one up. So, his name is Kibe. Kibe is like his friend from like fucking kindergarten. And he sees that there's some weird stuff going on. And he calls him out on it. I'm like, dude, are you cheating on Mitsuhara? And then tells him, dude, that's not cool. And fucking, what is the thing that sets him up? Like, just fucking blows up. And he fucking punches Kazuya for being a little fucking bitch. What is it? Oh yeah, I have a whole bunch of screenshots saved because that's the thing I like doing with mangas. Whenever I see like shots that look super pretty and all that, I save them. God, there's like shots here. Well, not 200, it's like 30-ish. Open. But yeah, oh my god. They go on a date where his request was, oh, can you dress up like a schoolgirl? And I'll dress up like in my school uniform. But yeah, huge altercation happens because I think she was bad-mouthing Kazuya again. And he was bad-mouthing Kazuya, and then I forget what happened in the whole altercation and why the goat, I call him the goat, Kibe, he keeps it straight throughout the whole thing. Basically punches him, And then he's like, dude. Oh, it's because he brought it up. Like, he brought up that he looked like he wasn't sure if he loved her or not. He was leading a girl on. So, yeah, he fucked him up. And then after they had a talk, after all that, he gave him 2 tickets to go to the ferry with her. And then they go to take the ferry, and Mitsuhara's not feeling very well. She has a high fever, and she's like, no, I'm just gonna sit over here, but we should go to the ferry thing so that way it still looks like we're good and all that. And they go to the ferry, and yeah, and they have a talk. It's like, we gotta break this up. Like, this is not working out. And they both agree that, yeah, we should break this up. And then she like passes out, falls overboard. He goes and saves her, and the motherfucker cracks his phone screen because he was talking with Mami-san, because Mami-san's like, oh, yeah, so I don't know where you went, but you should meet up with me. Like, I'm waiting for you. Like, very suggestive and all that. So they can meet, so she can get in the middle of them, break them up. They could meet and have their time. And in the middle of that call, Shizuru falls overboard. He drops his phone, cracks his phone. This is important, the whole cracking of the phone. And he jumps in after her. And then once he gets her, he brings her to shore and passes the fuck out because he drank the ocean, I guess. And the one of the rules of the agreement of a rent-a-girlfriend is no kissing, no sexual stuff, none of that. And she gave him CPR, and yeah, that kind of broke the contract. So stuff is getting very blurred at this point. But yeah, after that whole incident, we go on to Sakura situation. Mimi comes in, learning about her acting career. So she invites him to a play that she's working on because she's an actress. And in the whole scene, yeah, like he continues. He sees her play, and he sees that while she's on stage, she is the focus of attention, and she wasn't even playing a main part. And in that part, he learns a little bit more about her because he didn't know that she was an actress and all that. But it makes sense to him because he's such a loser, and she's super perfect, according to him. And yeah, he learns that she likes acting, and then he starts learning more about her in that way. And basically, once she gets out of the play, he's like, "Oh my god, you were amazing! Why haven't you told me that you're an actress and all that?" It's like, "Oh, I'm not even the main part," and she does a little bit of self-deprecating that way. And yeah, he sees the play, and then she meets some of the acting friends, which was the Barrett guy and some other stuff. And continuity's a little bit mixed up here, but that's another thing that happens, and he learns more about her. Then starts the movie production arc. So her grandma, Isuru's grandma, was an actress, and that's why she wants to be an actor. Her grandma was an actress and did an amazing role that took over Japan for a little bit. Her grandma only did one movie, but that movie showed her acting chops, and then she quit after that. Her grandma lands in the hospital again, and she's not doing good, like at all. And Mitsuru doesn't know what to say, and she's giving up her dreams of being an actress because she wanted her grandma and grandpa to see her on the big screen. And Kazuya, very like broken up about this, like, what can I do? How can I help her? Because that's his main thing. He always wants to support her no matter what. Girlfriend or no girlfriend, he wants to support her, and he wants to be there for her. He's like, she's super broken up, her grandma's in the hospital. What the fuck do I do? And her grandma's gonna die fairly soon. And he's like, okay, since she wants to achieve her dreams of being on the big screen, I'm gonna set up a fundraiser, and I'm gonna raise money so we can make an independent film and show it to your grandma. He comes up to the idea. He comes up with the idea to her. It's like, oh my god, we can do this. We can raise money to make a film, and then we can use the film club from the college and do all this. And she's like, oh, that's too much. Like, there's no way we can raise that much money. And then he's like, oh, okay. And then he puts it to the side. She goes up to see her grandma again because she's in the hospital, and then she finds out, oh, hey, your grandma's gonna die in like 2 months. And then she comes back, he's like, fuck. She's like, damn it, my grandma's gonna fucking die. And she goes up to Kasuya, and there's a very beautiful scene. It's like, do you think we can do it? As like, I at least want to do this for my grandma. Do you think we can make this movie? And she starts crying and all that. He's like, yes. And he's like, yes, I will do anything for you. I'm gonna drop everything. And this is one of the times where he actually gets serious. He actually like starts caring about Mitsuhara more than just her looks and all that. And he's like, I'm gonna do everything I can. He becomes the producer, and they get off to a good start. They raise like half the money in like the first few days, and then traction starts going down, like super down, and they're not getting as many views on the page and all that. And he did all the calculations for, oh hey, camera crew, hired people, the production, how much they're gonna have to use for the production, renting out spaces, renting out cameras. He has everything nailed down. Like, this is the most composed I've seen this dude. Like, yeah, he's freaking out doing his usual fucking panicky bullshit, but he actually got the list down to like the wire of everything they could do. And then, since they lost traction, Mimi-san comes in, the streamer, and she's like, dude, I know how to do this shit. Like, I know you're overwhelmed right now because you don't know what else to do, but your page right now, like the one that you set up to get all this funding, it fucking blows. Like, you need better SEO, my friend. Get that shit like stat. Like, make sure that that you got like proper rewards for like the people that back your project. Like, you don't even have that. And she's like, okay, she basically advised everybody, Mitsuhara, you are gonna find me stuff that we can give out as rewards. Hair outfits you don't use, outfits we're gonna use during the shoot, hair like hair clips and all that. We can give those out for rewards. Kazuya, you need to go to the place where this company is running from and ask them to put you on the front page. You also need to raise awareness. And then she goes up to Ruka. Oh yeah, Ruka. Yeah, I'll get to that. Ruka is part of the friend group now, but kind of not. But kind of yeah. Ruka, you need to go. You need to go out and you need to start like giving out flyers, making sure that we get as many eyes on this as possible. And then they break, and she works on the page and making it better and all that. And the main reason why Ruka was helping Shizuru is because the dude's like, okay, so I want to help Mitsuhara make a movie. And she's like, okay, there's gonna be a truce between us because she's basically, Ruka's like, oh hey, he's my boyfriend, you stay the fuck away, he's my boyfriend. And then he tells her, like, I'm in love with her, like, I'm not really in love with you at all, this is just a test thing. And she's like, yeah, I understand, but I still want you. You are the one I want. Even though you're fucking pathetic, you're the one that gets my heart rate up. But yeah, they put a truce to it and they start doing the whole movie production thing. But yeah, stuff keeps going on, and then they're almost to the wire. And the thing that breaks them over, so that way they can make their money, because if they're a cent off, they don't get any of the money. The raising of the money, if you don't reach your goal, it goes back. It's an all or nothing system. And the way they get the last final push is by getting Mitsuhara's actor friend, the one that she was on a date with him, to retweet the page of the page where the movie's being like shown off and everything. And basically, if I'm sure, he says, yes, I will retweet your movie promotion thing, but you gotta go on a date with me. And yeah, she's like, she goes back home, and then she tells him, yeah, he's gonna retweet our stuff, but he wants to go on a date with me. And she's like, oh, Kasuya's like, maybe we shouldn't do that at all. And then Mimi-san's like, no, you're gonna go on this date with him. You're gonna get the last bit of the money that we need. And she basically agrees, even though Kazuya's a fucking pussy crying on the floor. He's like, she's going on a date with this guy. She's gonna see that this guy is so much better than me and all that bullshit. I'm like, dude, just fucking chill. And she goes out on a date with this guy. His name is... Oh, whoops. What the fuck is his name? Money. It's so hard to find fucking names of everybody. Let's just say actor friend that's blonde and wears a fucking French. Let's call him Frenchie. Yeah, that's his name. His name is fucking Frenchie. Frenchie has a fucking beret. He goes out with her. And it's like, oh, hey, why did you ask me on a date? Don't you have a girlfriend and all that? And he's like, yeah, it's just, it would be nice to like have some time to talk and stuff. And the day goes pretty well and all that. And she's like, I'm not really interested in you. And then he's like, oh, hey, so why are you making a movie? And she's like, basically making it for my grandma. He's like, why is he helping you out so much with this? And he's like, no matter what I do, he's always there, like helping me. And he's like, oh, so there's this production happening. I think you'll be a very good person for this production. Basically telling her, oh, hey, get off this project and get to a real project because this project is bullshit. And he's like, she's like, I don't think I can do that. Like, Kazuya actually believes in me in this and it's helping me out do everything. He's like, yeah. And he's like, I broke up with my girlfriend. That's why I asked you out. I think we could be a good couple and like all that. And she's like, oh, I am not interested, she says. And he's like, oh, really? That sucks. And then he's like, then do you love him? And that's the first time that it gets brought up. He asks her, do you love him? And she's like, I don't know. And he's like, then why do you let him help you so much? And she's like, well, I do not love him, which is fucking the weirdest fucking line. I do not love him. But I don't, okay, I don't love him, but I do not love him. I'm like, girl, choose a fucking path. But yeah, he's like, damn, guess I missed my shot. I'm just gonna head out. And he heads out. And he's like, don't worry about the whole movie thing. I'm gonna retweet it anyway. I just want to have a date with you. And yeah, they finally get the last racing they need for the movie. And they start making the movie. Everything's set up. The director's there. The director's the head of the film club of the college. They've made a few films that have done very good and won awards. And the script that he found actually works very well and for the characters and all that. So they start doing the production. And this dude, Kasuya, is the most focused I've seen him. This dude was the producer. As soon as filming started, he was he was lighting guy, camera guy, fucking the one that gets the coffee. He was doing everything in his power to make the whole production go out perfectly. He was doing the set stuff, like helping out in the set, getting orders for people and coming back, making sure that Shizuru wasn't overheating because it was in summer. He was doing everything in his power, always having the back of everybody in production, making sure that this goes out perfect, because even if they're not going out, he wants her to at least be able to do this thing for her grandma and not give up on her dreams, which is kind of sweet. A lot more on that later. And This dude even there was they were doing one scene on a bridge. The bridge is like 3 stories up, and a fucking cicada goes right below the bridge and starts just ruining the fucking shot. Motherfucker goes up to the bridge, starts hanging out so he can kick the fucking cicada, falls 3 buildings up into the fucking river. He's so fucking stupid. I was gonna say the R word, but I'm gonna hold off on that. But yeah, he does everything, and production's almost done. They're missing 1 shot for the last shot of the movie, and the last shot of the movie, they go out and they have to go out to the countryside because it's supposed to be a starry night where you can see every single star, and she delivers her last lines. Bad thing is, the production club has another movie, and their time has run out. And he's like, and the director goes up to Kasuya and tells him, "Bro, we only got 1 scene left. You can handle it. You've been dealing with the cameras, doing everything. Just 1 shot, and the movie's basically done." It's like, really? You think I can do this? And then he does this whole thing where he underestimates himself, fucking goes out, has a panic attack. There's a few fucking cockhole scenes in there. Yeah, he does that every fucking chapter. It's freaking out. This guy has no chill. This dude cannot. His balls have receded to the deepest part of his inner being. But yeah, the whole plan is that Ruka, Mimi, and Mitsuhara, and Kazuya are gonna go out to the countryside and get this final shot. So Mimi sets everything up. Mimi's like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna set everything up. I'm gonna get the tickets for the train ride. I'm gonna make sure that our lodging is all set, so we can, when we get over there, we can go to the lodging. Then we can do the shoot at night and all that. So they meet up at the station, and Mitsuhara and Kazuya are there. Nobody else is there. And Mimi calls him, and she's like, "Yeah, I kind of planned this shit, bro. Just go get her. Like, this is your chance to get her." He's like, "What the fuck did you just do?" And he told Ruka that she was feeling sick, and they postponed the whole final shoot. So Ruka's out of the picture, and Mimi's out of the picture. So it's just the 2 of them. And they go over there, and the hotel's it's a 2-person hotel. A lot of stuff happens, but they finally get that 1 shot. And the shot's super beautiful. The art on it's really nice. But they get us that shot, but there was a lot of awkward moments because they had to share a room. They're using the futon, so there's no actual bed. But Mimi got in his head telling her, "Dude, girls have needs too. Just go out with her, like, do stuff. Like, you're being such a fucking wet sack of ninnies, man. You're fucking pathetic." And he's like, "Girls have needs. She's probably feeling the same way as you and all that." And he's like, "Is she though? Maybe not." And they have an awkward hotel scene where, even because he was working on the production so much, they get to the room after the last shot, and he just passes the fuck out. But Mitsuhara was wide awake. She was like, "Did this motherfucker just fall asleep? I thought he was gonna be like a little whatever." But the only thing she does is she looks at Kazuya and is like, "Oh, I guess nothing's happening then." But that was super weird too. But yeah, movie production's done. Last shot is done. Film is in editing right now. Mitsuhara gets really concerning news. Her grandma goes under, and she's not responsive at the moment. She's in a hospital, and the movie's not made. Like, the movie's still in editing. And yeah, she doesn't know what to do anymore. Like, oh yeah, that's the other thing. Mitsuhara is an orphan. She only had her grandpa and her grandma. her grandpa died in a car accident, and her grandpa was the one that told her, "Oh hey, you want to be in the movie industry? You got it, kid. You got this shit. I will support you with whatever you can. You're gonna be the best actress ever." And he died, so she only had her grandma left, and there she is in her deathbed, and she couldn't even accomplish her dreams because not everything turned out the correct way, and she's not responsive. They have her on oxygen and everything, and like, fuck, because we're so close, like it was right there. So she's upset, and Mitsuhara's not one to cry unless something big happens. And yeah, Kazuya's like, damn it. He sits outside and he's like, what the fuck do I do? And then he gets a message from the director. It's like, oh hey, the pre-final like editing of the movie is done. And he's like, okay. Runs out of the hospital. Just runs over to the college. Comes back. Puts down a fucking mini projector on the room. Puts down the laptop and gives her the film. He's like, here. And then just walks out of the room. He's not gonna be there for like the whole movie and everything. He just lets Chizuru and her grandma in the room alone. As the movie's playing, she's like, hey, she asks the doctors, oh hey, can she like recepte at all? She's like, she can probably hear, but there's not much coming on. And she holds her grandma's hand and is like, hey grandma, I made it. I'm on the big screen. And that's a super sad moment. She wakes up for just a second to see her on the screen, and then she's like, so happy, and I'm happy that you found somebody that you love and that will like take care of you. And that's super fucking sad because they're not real girlfriend boyfriend. And the grandma on her deathbed basically said, you found somebody, so you're not gonna be alone as soon as I leave. That was sad. Like, she passes, she cries, and then like around 5 in the morning, she's like done crying. The movie played and everything, and she goes out of the room so that way the doctors can handle everything. And right in the front bench is Kazuya, fucking bags on his eyes, just looking at the door. He's like, he gets up, he's like, are you okay? I like, is there anything I can do? And she's like, he turns around and she's like, yeah, I'm fine. And she does her whole acting thing and then walks away. It's kind of like, damn. And he's like, damn it. Okay, I guess everything's fine. He's also not the brightest bulb in the fucking cabinet. And it's kind of like, I'm guessing she's fine. And he's like, no. He's like, no, she's not fine. But yeah. And then a few more things happen that they start like hanging around because they're doing like more production stuff, like finishing off everything, because they have rented out a whole theater and all the backers were gonna be there. But now the movie has no meaning. It's just for the backers now because the grandma passed away. So she leaves. They do the wake, and in the wake, Kazuya's grandmother, since they were besties, they became besties in the fucking hospital. Oh yeah, Grandma Nagomi, I think it is. She's fucking amazing. She's a little bit delusional with the whole girlfriend boyfriend thing because she's not in the know. But this grandma's a fucking gamer. She's playing apps on her phone. She's trying to be trendy. She's an absolute gem. And that's the other thing. Kazuya comes from a family that has like a convenience store. And even if he doesn't have a job or anything, he can just end up as the owner of the convenience store. Like, he can take over that family line and continue running the whole convenience store thing. But yeah, they go to the wake, and her grandma is very animatic. Like, she's not afraid to cry and everything. Like, when she saw Chizuru, she started crying. She's like, oh my god, you're beautiful. Why him though? Like, why you hanging out with this one? But yeah, they go to the wake, And basically, she stops by, says her piece like very quickly, and then leaves away. It's like, you need to be there for her. She's the only thing she has left right now, and you cannot fuck this up. She has nobody now, and you're there for her, so don't fuck up. And he's like, God damn it, I can't fuck up. And does the whole thing where he fucking goes crazy again. Like he's like, I'm not worth it anything. Our relationship's a fucking lie. Why am I in this? And yeah. And yeah, he leaves, and then he comes across Mitsuhara a few more times. He's like, hey, how's it going and all that, and like, and he always asks her, are you okay? Like, a lot's happened. And she's like, yeah, I'm fine. And she shows no emotion, fucking iron face. Like, yeah, she's good. He's like, is she really fine? And then he's like, damn it, what the fuck do I do? So he goes to one of the people that he thinks is a friend of Mitsuhara's, which she kind of is. She goes out with Sumi, the super shy girl from the very beginning that was having problems with dates. She's been getting a little bit more success and becoming a little bit more braver. So he rents her out. He rents out Sumi because Mitsuhara has no slots or whatever. And even if he did have a slot to like rent her out, he wouldn't really know what to do because he's been asking her if she's fine, and that's about the extent of what he does. So yeah, he goes out on a date with Sumi, and he's like, oh hey, I don't know, I need your advice. And she's like, yes, I will help you. What advice do you need? I got you. And she's like, okay, yeah, I have this friend and going into a really hard thing, and I don't really know what to do. They say they're fine, but are they really fine? And she's like, huh. And then she's like, okay. She's like, she always writes on her phone like what she's saying. She's like, oh hey, follow me. We're gonna go to Odaiba, I think it is, like the beach city, if I'm correct. I'm not sure. I don't know my Japan. But to Odaiba, and then yeah, she's like, oh hey, we should he was asking her, oh hey, where should I take Mitsuhara if I get her out on a date? Like, she might have like one slot. Where do I take her? He's like, and then she starts taking him through I think all of Odaiba, and they finally like they start having a good time. Like, he's having a good time with Sumi and all that. And then he's like, yeah, this was a good day, but I still don't know where to take Mitsuhara. And she's like, well, right now you're thinking about having a good time and you're not worrying so much about her. She probably needs some time to breathe. And by you being so pushy, you're not really letting her breathe. And they sit by the pier, and he's like, okay. She asks him, oh hey, what's going on with your friend? And he explains that I can't do anything for her. Like, I feel useless. And then he starts crying, and then Sumi starts crying. He's like, I wish I was like a better friend to her because I can't do anything. Like, and they both start crying at the pier, and they hold hands, and that's a really good moment. But yeah, after that, Mitsuhara starts calming more down, but she's still saying that she's fine and all that. She isn't. Let me see. Sumi date. Okay. Then he finds a day for Mitsuhara because they recently started texting. Because when they went out with the friends, they made a group chat, and he finally got her number, which he's not supposed to have because she's a rent-a-girlfriend. No personal information needs to be exchanged. They started texting back and forth because of the production thing and all that. It would be more convenient to actually texting themselves. And he tells her, oh hey, can I rent you this one day? And she's like, yeah, I'm free that day. And he rents her out for the whole fucking day. Like, the whole day, like 10 hours. And they go out on a date, and he basically sets up like everything that she likes. Like, they go to see a movie that she really likes, and then he's like, oh, I didn't get that movie at all, but she was enthralled. She's like, oh my god, the acting was so good, and this was happening, and the way the director set all this up was so beautiful. Like, I didn't get it, but yeah, I'm so happy that you're happy. And he was trying to get her mind out of it. And then, yeah, they just continue going on her date. I wonder what chapter that is so I can have it looked up here. But right now I'm talking about all this, and it's probably like chapter, I don't know, 200. Yeah, fucking chapter 200. This manga moves at the pace of a fucking snail. And it wasn't until I was done reading and I finally caught up that it was put into perspective, because I was looking up, there used to be a lot of there's a lot of controversy with this manga. I'm like, what the fuck is going on with this whole controversy with the manga? And it was because of the last chapter, 380. And people were fucking lost their mind. But yeah, I'm like, what's going on with this whole controversy? And I lost my train of thought. Let me just drink some water. I need water. I've been talking for an hour and I'm almost done. Almost there. Okay. So, where the fuck was I? Oh, the date. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it just by using the search terms. Girl, friend. Fire. I don't want fucking art. Volume 19? Yes, it is. It's volume 19. Thank you, you fucking losers. Thank you for obsessing over this trash. Which I did too. Like, I obsessed over it. Like, dude, it was like 4 or 5 days, 40 volumes. Just went through all of them. Oh yeah, throughout the whole day she's asking him, oh hey, are you just trying to cheer me up? And she's like, yeah, no, I'm not trying to cheer you up. You're just going on a date like usual. And he's like, yeah, it looks like you're trying to cheer me up. This doesn't look like the usual stuff we do on dates. And then she thanks him for the movie and all that. And like, and he's like, oh, I'm glad, like, we're doing a lot of weird stuff, but I'm glad you tagged along this time. And he's like, yeah, since you're my boyfriend at the moment, I'm glad to join you. They go out, and the final thing he has reserved for the date is letting off a few fireworks, like little sparklers and all that. So he starts doing all that, and see that Chizuru, he sees that Chizuru is like hunched over with a little sparkler, and she's like, she's not doing good. Like the whole losing your last family member and all that fucking destroyed her. And she's like, she's getting in her feels because he went out to like get a water bucket so they can turn off all the thingies, like the sparklers and like everything. And he's comes back and she's like in her feels and she's shaking a little bit. And he's like, damn. Okay, so it is pretty bad. And then she passed it off, like, nothing's wrong. These sparklers just let off a lot of smoke. And then another big thing happens where once again, oh guys, I'm going through it right now. He's in his head. He's doing the usual bullshit. He, like, how he wants to know her more. Like, he doesn't know who Mitsuhara is as a person, and he wants to see her smile. He doesn't want to see her sad and all that. And then she tells her, it might not be real long before you finally have a real girlfriend instead of having to rent me all the time. And he's like, my ideal girlfriend, you know, my ideal girlfriend is somebody that my ideal girlfriend is somebody that's pretty, fashionable, kind to me, and when I start acting pathetic, she always calls me out on it. She can get a little scary, but she's a light in my life, and she's got a smile, and she's cute, and sometimes she cries a little. And after the whole scenario, after the perfect date where everything was tailored to her, she finally like breaks down and she's like, yeah, I'm gonna cry on you. She bumps into his chest and just cries for like 10 minutes because it's been a lot happened. A fucking movie production was basically gonna happen, loses her grandma, and that was a really good scene. Now, Movie scene, the movie arc done. Movie arc is done. Now is slowly downhill. Slowly but surely. This manga, that was chapter 160. It has 386. This shit's longer than Demon Slayer. I was surprised by that bullshit. Like, in the time that I took to read all this, I could have read Demon Slayer twice, and I didn't. I read this. Let's just go to it. The pool scene. So, every 2 years, his family goes to the Hawaiians, which is like a resort, water park kind of thing, and they still haven't broken the news that Chizuru's not his girlfriend, because they're never gonna fucking do that. And Chizuru gets invited, Ruka gets invited, his two friends, the buck teeth one and the guy that keeps it straight, Kibe, the goat, keeps it straight, and she invites them all so they can go to Hawaiians, because she likes seeing how young people act now, like the grandma, and it makes her feel a little bit less old. And they go out to the Hawaiians, and they all have their rooms and everything, and then everything gets split up kind of weird, because they have Kazuya's mom, dad, and grandma in one room. Then they have Kazuya and Chizuru in one room. And then Ruka is alone in her own room. And then the two other friends are in another room. So his actual girlfriend, which is a test girlfriend, which he already told her, hey, can I break up with you? Because he's like, I need to break up with you. I'm getting a lot of feels for Chizuru. It doesn't feel like it's fair to you. Like, I don't want to be your boyfriend. But she's like, nope, you're my boyfriend forever. You can't escape this. You're staying with me. You're my boyfriend. And okay. And she gets invited to. So in the park, once they reach the park, they find out that, oh hey, Mimi's parents know the owner of the resort. So she's staying there for free. Surprise! This bitch has been trying to do everything in her power to break them up, even though they're not together. But Mimi, Mami-san, sorry, not Mimi. Mimi is the streamer. Mami is the ex-girlfriend. Mami found out that they're not boyfriend-girlfriend. And she's like, oh hey, I'm gonna reveal this to your whole fucking family and friends. Like, this whole charade has to stop. And Mami was there, and she did a couple other things where she confronted like Mitsuhara. She rented out Mitsuhara just to talk shit and tell her, oh hey, you guys are not dating, you're a rent-a-girlfriend, aren't you? And she's like, what do you want? Mitsuhara's like, what do you want? Like, are you gonna expose us? Like, what's your deal? It's like, no, I was just checking to see how this whole rent-a-girlfriend thing works. And she was being fucking toxic while leaving a fucking Twitter thread on fucking Twitter. And yeah, Mami is in the fucking resort too, and this is a long vacation. It's like, I think it's like 5 days, and 5 days in this manga is like 40 chapters. Like 5 days, 40 chapters. It takes its time. But yeah, as the resort stuff is going on, Kasuya's like, okay, I gotta tell my family, like, this is not cool. Like, I gotta break up with you. Well, I gotta tell them that I'm not with you anymore. And that Ruka's my girlfriend or whatever. He does that a couple of times where she's like, no. Some bullshit always comes up and they can break up again. And then she tells him, oh, hey, we have to break up. And then some other bullshit happens where she's like, no, we shouldn't break up. And it just keeps on going like that for a while. And it gets annoying and repetitive. But yeah. Basically, Mami-san is going to each individual member and leaving little nuggets of doubt everywhere. So that way they start like she goes up to Ruka and tells her, oh hey, like, this whole fake girlfriend thing, it's not cool, right? Like, you should really say something to his family so that way you can be his real girlfriend. And like, she goes to the grandma and like, oh, like, she keeps on like stirring the pot. like making everything fucking bad. And he keeps trying, and the mom in a previous like encounter when she first met the family, Kazuya's mom gives Chizuru the family ring, basically telling her you're gonna be his wife even though they're nothing together, and gives her the ring. Like, first time meeting his family, like his full family, gives him the ring. And Mami-san heard about it, and she wasn't happy. She's like, why the fuck are you? They're not even real. Why are you giving him a ring? And yeah. And she just continues just fucking everything up, putting doubt in Ruka, putting doubt in Shizuhara. Oh yeah. Every time she confronts Shizuhara, is like, oh my god, Mitsuhara, you're a victim. Like, he can be scary. Come on, we can go out together and we can expose him for being a bastard. Like, he's making you do this, isn't he? Like, he's forcing you to be his girlfriend and play out all this family stuff. We should go out there and tell them. And she keeps doing that to Mitsuhara, even though she agreed to be in the relationship, and even though there's been times where she says we should break it up, and then he says we should break it up, and stuff happens. But yeah, he continues like basically putting them in a countdown. I'm like, if you don't say anything, I'm gonna say something. And basically, she gets in the ear of the grandma and tells her, oh, Mitsuhara has a secret. She's gonna tell you, because one of the nights, the mom of Kazuya goes out to one of the lobbies with Mitsuhara, and stops by one of the stores that has a beautiful wedding dress. And that beautiful wedding dress, when they're looking at it, she tells her, oh hey, Kazuya's father and me, we got married here at the Hawaiians, and I thought it would be a nice place to bring you guys, because maybe sooner or later you guys will have your wedding here. And she's like, oh no, like that's a little bit too soon, right? Don't you think? And he's like, oh, I noticed that you're not wearing the ring we gave you. And she's like, oh, I just didn't want to lose it in the pool and all that. Like, she doesn't want to put on the ring because they're not a thing. But he's like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And then when Mitsuhara looks at the mom's hands, you can see that she was wearing the ring until they found out that he was dating Mitsuhara, and she took it off and then passed it down. And mommy was around the corner listening to all this bullshit. She's like, oh, this can't fly. Like, this is they're misleading everybody in the family. Like, what the fuck's the point? I don't get this. Like, what's the point of this fake ass love? And yeah, the whole week goes by. Around the last day, mommy's had enough. She's like, I'm gonna tell everything. And then she threatens Chizuru. Chizuru goes to they had like a little back and forth, like Kazuya and her, like, we just need to tell everybody. And I'm like, oh no, Mami-san gets in her head and basically makes her doubt herself, but she doesn't tell Kazuya at all that Mami-san's doing this to Chizuru. And then Mami's going up to Kazuya and telling him, oh, I'm not gonna tell anybody, everything's fine. We should just enjoy ourselves. While telling Chizuru, I'm gonna tell everybody, he has to stop being so fake. Like, what? Why are you keeping up this charade? You're a victim in this. He's making you do this. And she's basically like flip-flopping, like being super nice to Kazuya and saying, oh hey, everything's gonna be fine. And then with Chizuru, she's being like, I'm just gonna expose it all. I'm gonna tell everybody. And yeah. That happens. She goes to sit. This is gonna be the cuck scene. The scene that fucking blew up the internet on 2022. The pool scene. So Mitsuhara goes out. She goes out to the chapel to sit down because Mami-san was texting her. And she tells her, oh, you better Nagomi-san, the grandma, knows is gonna know about the situation. I need you to bring that ring upstairs and tell Nagomi-san everything. And Kazuya finally made up his mind. He's like, hey, I really love this girl. Like, we've been through a lot and I want to tell her. I've never told her that I loved her. And goes up running to her. And he's like, hey. And he goes to tell her, I love you. Because he's never said it. And he's like, yeah, I know now that I really do love you. And I think you might love me too, maybe. He goes up to Mitsuhara, who's sitting by the chapel. And she gets a message from mommy. And as soon as she sees Kasuya running to him with that crazed look in his eyes, he starts running to her, and she's like, wait, don't do that. No. And she's like, nope, I'm running this way. And she runs the other way because she has to meet up with mommy-san, so everything can be exposed. And she's like, nope, don't do that. I know what you're doing. And she goes up the thing. Motherfucker fucking goes, damn. She knew exactly what I was gonna say, and she rejected my ass. I got rejected. Bro is beside himself. Rejected. And yeah, he doesn't take it very well. He has like swim trunks, like the little goggles, and he's ready to he's like, I can't cry, and then goes to the pool, and we get one of the most iconic frames in this, like a full double page frame of the motherfucker. Well, before the full double frame, he goes up in his mind. It's like, yeah, she's probably said no because I'm not worth anything. Because he doesn't know that the whole mommy-san is going on. Like, the whole Eds thing is not happening at all. Because she kept the hidden from him while also badgering Mitsuhara. And he does this thing, like the fucking mind thing, where he starts imagining bullshit, and it's just double pages of fucking Mitsuhara with other guys. And he's like, she doesn't love me, she has other guys that she loves, like, why would I be the interesting one and all that? And it's just double pages of very detailed but covered up shots of Mitsuhara having relations with she should have boning other guys. And I'm like, dude, get out of your fucking head. And then the big page where it shows like a double page is the motherfucker inside the water, sinking down in the water, crying with a huge ass boner during this reaction. I'm like, god damn it. So yeah, he's imagining this bullshit and the dude is crying with a boner while sinking in the water. I'm like, yeah, yep. And the thing is, I started reading this manga because I was like, I didn't experience any cuck stuff. But at that point, you should have the cuck tag on the fucking manga page. Because relationship-wise, not much cucking. In his head, bro is sucking down that nut, if you know what I mean. And yeah. That one scene is a fucking full spread of the dude sinking in the water, boner, crying. But yeah, after that happens, he comes to have, he composes himself with the pool scene. I just gotta put a pool scene. Thankfully, I'm probably gonna put up pictures of everything I'm talking about when I post the video, which hopefully will be today. I cannot write girlfriend. My brain is fucking toasted. 218. 218. That's it. Oh my god. 218. This boy. Yeah, he has problems. Yeah, there's a chapel. Got rejected. Some other guy. Oh my god. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Yep. Nice. Oh, they do show nipple. Nipple? Christ. Okay, yeah, it's very detailed. No actual insertion though. Christ. What happens? I'm just looking at this because I want to know what happens afterwards. Because I know the big thing that happens afterwards. Okay, he recovers himself. He finally gets out. He's still like trying to like compose himself. His friends are near him. Then Chizuru finally comes back because she had the altercation with Mami. And then she basically, when she got up there to the grandma, she's like, oh yeah, apparently Chizuru's an actress. And oh, not an actress. Chizuru, her secret was something stupid to basically deviate from it. And then they go down to the pool because it's the last day. They want to hang out by the pool. Chizuru's not in the best mood because of Mami-san. Kazuya is a fucking wreck with his fucking cockhole mind. And yeah. They're at the pool. And then Mami-san's like, okay, this is it. They're walking away because they're gonna go to a restaurant. She brings up Mitsuhara's profile of being a rent-a-girlfriend on her phone. She goes to put it on her purse and then drops it, like right in front of her grandma. And the grandma sees it. And that's where shit hits the fan. Like, shit's fucked. Like, there's nothing they can do. Like, it was her front page, #1 rated girl on Diamond. And she's a rent-a-girlfriend. The grandma's like, she goes full, from happy, full serious. Kazuya, what the fuck are you doing with this whole bullshit? Explain right now. And then she's like, he's like, I don't know what to do. Like, there's been too many lies that we've told. And then Mitsuhara's there. Is like, and she's like, then Mami-san has her big scene. And she's like, oh hey, I can't stand this anymore. I can't let this lie go on anymore. She's a rent-a-girlfriend. Like, they're deceiving all of you. Like, she has a full breakdown, like the typical kid that just starts yelling, crying, and they throws themselves on the floor. It's like, no, I can't do this anymore. Like, I'm lying to everybody. Because they're lying to all of you, and she's a rent-a-girlfriend. They're not really together, and this is all fake. Where is it? I'm looking for it. There it is. Got it. Yeah, it's like, I couldn't lie to them. I have too much respect for your family, and you don't. And that's the other thing. In her thing, it's like she was telling Chizuru, oh hey, you're the victim in this. And then when she starts exposing it, she's like, oh, she's the problem. She's the one that keeps on renting him out. Like, she's the one that like continues like taking his allowance for like college and stuff and getting rid of all this money, and tries to make Mitsuhara like the bad guy in all this. Even though they're both very solidly in, like they're both fucking up. And Mami-san is making it look like, oh hey, she's taking all his money, she's taking advantage of him in front of his family and friends. And she makes her big show. They're all freaking out. Like, Kasuya and Mitsuhara are just like next to each other, like, oh fuck, like what the fuck is going on? What do we do? What do we do? They're looking at each other like, yeah. Oh yeah, and Mami-san, when she drops the phone, she's like, oh, where did my phone go? And then looks at the floor, oh my god, and tries to cover it. And then does the whole routine of his friend Kiba, the goat. He's like, what did you say? She's a rent-a-girlfriend? And then the parents are like, wait, she's a rent-a-girlfriend? And then the grandma grabs her and she's like, hey, explain what's going on. And the family's disappointed, the friends are disappointed. And then, like, again, where is it? Where's that punch? My boy got that. Yeah, and the whole family's like, are you guys not serious? Like, what's going on? And I'm looking for the Kiba scene. Like, Kiba just fucking rocks him for no reason, for lying to his grandma, because he was like, are you fucking serious? This whole thing with your girlfriend that's beautiful, and you've been lying to your grandma? And then like punches the fuck out of him and tells him, your grandma didn't want you to know, but before she came on this trip, she had a collapse, and she collapsed, and she didn't want to let anybody know because she wanted for everybody to have fun, and like she wanted to see Chizuru because she's so in love with Chizuru. Like, she's your future wife, and you're telling me now that she's a fucking rent-a-girlfriend? And it just keeps escalating. This, to be truthful, this is a highlight. Even though everything else has been so bad, this is a highlight. Everything just keeps escalating. It keeps building. And then, he's sitting, like, after he got punched, he's blushing. He's like, she's my girlfriend. And starts, this dude cries. This dude cries every other frame. Like, he's like, she's my girlfriend, and yeah, and she does the rent stuff thing, but she's my girlfriend. And he's on the floor, and Mitsuhara's there. She's like, what do I do? He notices the mom's ring and everything. He's like, they gave me the ring. And she's freaking out, and he's like, yeah, she's my girlfriend. And then she's like, the grandma asks her, are you his girlfriend? And then she's like, yeah. She finally comes to it, like Mitsuhara. She's like, yeah, I'm his girlfriend. And then Mami-san, being the bitch she is, she's like, okay, if she's your girlfriend, kiss him. They're not supposed to kiss. It is a huge breach of contract. And if she were to do that, Mami-san was gonna report her to the agency, and she was gonna lose her job as a rent-a-girlfriend. And Mami-san's like, go ahead. And the tension's just building as they're both looking at each other. It's like, what the fuck do we do? He's like, yeah, go ahead, kiss him. If you do that, you'll break your contract. And right there, Mitsuhara, for the first time, is like, I'm in a terrible spot. I'm gonna kiss him. And fucking smooches the boy. And it's the first time where Mami-san's like, what? That's not supposed to happen. I planned everything so perfectly. She kissed him? What? And she's like, wait, I didn't see. Yeah, and his friend's like, yeah, I didn't see that either. Like, did you guys even kiss? And she goes up, like, gets the best fucking pose and gives him another smooch. And he's like, oh, huh. And he's like, see, we're, yeah. Yeah, and the way he says, he's like, please listen, we really are. We're really real couple dating. And yeah, she gives him a kiss. And that was like the first moment, like, fuck you, mommy. Hell yeah, he finally got kissed. But the situation was so intense that, is it really like a good thing? That's what we're gonna get into. Yeah, and Kibe, the boy, like, he said, oh yeah, we're really dating. And Kibe just went up to him, grabbed him by the goggle, and is like, motherfucker, if you're fucking lying, I will beat your ass to fucking oblivion. And then Mitsuhara gives him a kiss. But yeah. Oh my god. But yeah, that's the pool thing. Mami's plan goes off the wall. Didn't work out. Mami-san her whole plan goes down the drain. They finally explain to the family, oh hey, she was my rent-a-girlfriend, but now we're actually boyfriend-girlfriend, which is another lie, because they're still not boyfriend-girlfriend. But they explain to the family that, yeah, I found her as a rent-a-girlfriend, and now we're dating. And that's how they get past it. I've been talking for far too long. I'm gonna have to cut this shit down. Yeah. But yeah, in a way, even though Mami-san handled it insanely wrong, she's right. They're misleading the whole family, and like, the family's setting up huge expectations on them. But you see, then we go there. The pool cuck scene is, I roll my notes. The pool kiss. Mommy's the worst wish. She's okay. Yeah, and then after this whole thing, they were still in the hotel. Mami tells Chizuru to go to the bathroom. He's like, Mami's like, confronts Shizuhara, saying, oh hey Shizuhara, you're not even supposed to be there. I'm gonna report you. Like, why are you doing this? And finally Mitsuhara tells her, okay, why the fuck are you obsessing over us so much? Do you still have unresolved feelings with him? Because this is borderline insane. Why are you focusing on us about this whole thing and you're acting crazy? Like, yeah, we're not in the complete right, but you shouldn't be caring this much about this. And yeah, she starts backing up after that. They go back from the vacation. They start up their next year of college. And then an earthquake happens. And during that earthquake, their apartment complex, which are in rough shape, become condemned. So they got nowhere to go. Except Mitsuhara. Well, they all have places to go, but their apartments get condemned. And this starts the living together arc. The earthquake happened. Their apartments become condemned, so they were all sad. Like the three of them were sad. Like the streamer, Kasuya, and Chizuru. They were all sad because they kind of had like a little friend thing where they would get together and they would like hang out and all that. And then Mimi was like the wingman, and she was like getting closer to him and actually like talking and stuff and all that. And now that the apartment building is closed down, all of them have to go their separate ways. And Chizuru, since her grandma passed away, she's the next heir to her grandma's house. And Kazuya can just go back to his family. But when he goes back to his family, his room has been taken over by an exchange student that his grandma brought in. And he's working at the convenience store, and his room is basically gone, so he has to crash on the couch. Mimi, she has a whole bunch of streamer friends, so she just stayed with a streamer friend. And Chizuru goes back to the house, and not a good time. She's upset about her family not being there, and now she's alone. So Mimi, being the wingman that she is, asks Kazuya out to go out for like have fun and stuff. And then they just start eating, and he just keeps on drinking beer, pounding fucking beers. And she sends a message, like a picture with Kasuya almost passed out with a fucking beer in hand, because they're all upset because he's upset that he's not gonna see her as often anymore, and now they have to go their separate ways and all that. And Mimi sends her a picture of that. It's like, oh, Chizuru's like, oh, looks like you guys are having fun. Can I join? And he's like, oh, she's joining. And then she comes and joins them, and they start having a conversation. And throughout this whole conversation, he's just like, every panel in the whole thing where he's just in the restaurant is him with the fucking beer mug like this. Every time. He's just talking, he's like fucking beer in hand. And then as they keep on talking, he's just pounding beers back. And he tells her, well, why he was already like tipsy drunk, like he was at that borderline. He's like, well, it doesn't really matter because we all separated and you don't care. You're not even feeling sad that we all moved out. And Mitsuhara, she had started drinking a little bit. She's like, yeah, I am sad that we all moved out. Like, I do miss you guys. Like, it was a nice friend group kind of thing. And then he continues pounding beers, and they finish the dinner, and he's wasted. He's sloshed. And they go out. They're like, both of the girls are like carrying him, and they're gonna get a taxi. And he like fucking slumps down. And like he's passed out. He's like, and in his dreams, he's like, Mitsuhara, if there's anything you need, I will always be there for you. I'll always have your back. While he was like sleep drunk, and she's like, oh, okay. And then he goes up to him and like he like, if I'm correct, she was gonna give him a kiss, I think, to thank him for everything he's done. And then Mimi comes back. He's like, oh, hey, we got a taxi. He's like, what are you doing? And she's like, oh, I was just propping him up. He's kind of slouching. And they get the taxi, and when they get the taxi, a receipt falls out of his pocket. And that receipt basically says that our boy Kasuya, that wimpy ass bitch, is broke. He had $5 in his account. He had no money, and he had nowhere to stay. He couldn't stay with his family anymore because the house full. And his grandma told him, "You need to find a place. Like, where's all your money from like your work and all that?" And Mitsuhara finds that, so he wakes up in Mitsuhara's house, like his grandma, though Mitsuhara's grandma's house, and he's like, "Oh my god, where the fuck am I?" And she opens the door and she's like, "Oh, you drank a lot yesterday. Like, yeah, we just brought you here because it will be easier." And then he just runs to the bathroom and starts puking. And the thing is, this is like the second time she see him puking because he got drunk another time. And he's just puking. He's like, "I'm a fucking loser. Why am I doing this? Why is she helping me? I don't deserve her. She deserves another guy." And this is his monologue. Like 386 chapters. "I'm a loser. I don't deserve her. She's so beautiful. She's perfect." And it gets so repetitive and tiring. I've been talking about this bullshit for almost 2 hours. But yeah. He's puking. And she basically tells him, "Hey, you know what? This whole thing that we're doing, he had already told her, 'Oh, hey, Mitsuhara, I'm pretty sure, and I love you. Like, I like who you are. I like you as a person, all that.' But she wasn't sure, and she didn't know what to say. But she basically told him, like, after he was done puking, he's like, 'Hey, since you have no place to go,' he's like, "Yeah, I do have a place to go." Like, she's like, "I saw this receipt. Dude, you're flat broke. I think it's best if you stay here for a whole month, save up your money so you can get a better place." And he's like, "God damn it, she saw the receipt. God damn it." And then he does the whole thing again where he freaks out, how wordless he is and all that. And he's like, "Okay, fine, I'll stay here." And then she's like, "I'm gonna put you to a test to see if I can figure out my feelings. Because right now, I don't know what love is. Like, I have no idea. So I'm gonna test you to see if you're worthy." Basically, like, by living together. And he has his own room, and Mimi's staying with them too. So it's the three of them in the house. It's Chizuru, Mimi, and Kazuya. Kazuya has his own room. They put a curtain on the hallway so he doesn't go by or anything. And yeah, they start sharing. That's the whole living together arc. And Mimi's just the wingman. She basically goes back and forth between them. She's super straight with him, and he's like, "Dude, not fucking up. Like, she's definitely interested in you. She's giving you a shot. Just calm down for a bit." Then she goes to Chizuru and she's like, and she asks Chizuru, are you like super into him? Like, are you gonna? Is he doing anything for you? Is he getting points? And she just keeps going back and forth throughout the whole month. And a lot of stuff happens. Like, they play board games where the streamer, for some reason, I think she just gets them in the mail, so I wish she can promote them on her stream. But it ends up them playing the game together, and it's like romance games. Like, she had them play fucking Twister as a way for them to get together. Yeah. And throughout all this, Mitsuhara's working on her acting stuff. And it's finally her birthday! Yay! I didn't even put this on my notes. It just came to me. It's Mitsuhara's birthday, and she's doing a play, so she's gonna be out super late. Like, she's gonna get home like around 11. And yeah, she's doing her play. And before she leaves for the day, in the morning, she's like, "Guys, I know it's my birthday, but don't do shit. Like, I don't celebrate birthdays." And she just leaves. And he's like, "God damn it, fine. I'll listen to her. I don't want to annoy her. I'm trying to be better myself, and I don't want to like go over her." And then Mimi's like, "Yeah, we probably shouldn't do anything. She's probably gonna be super busy from acting in the play, and then when she comes back, she's gonna be too tired." And then when she's at the play, they celebrate her birthday at the play, like after the production's over. And they're in the back and they're like, oh, hey, we got this amazing, beautiful ass cake from like this super bougie place for Chizuru. It's her birthday today and she was doing a play on the opening day. And they're like, oh my god. And everybody's like getting together around. It's like, everything's cool. And she's like, I wasn't expecting a birthday, but yeah. And then they're like, oh, let's take a picture in front of the cake. And everybody takes their pictures in front of the cake. Everybody like single files and like takes a picture with her in the cake. And then after all that, everybody just goes on their phone, fucking social media, getting their re-clicks, and she's just sitting there. She's like, oh, I guess that was it. Cool. Everybody's more focused on their social media than like actually like celebrating the birthday. But yeah, she just puts it off, and then she comes home. While she was doing all that, Kasuya the thing is, I remember this because I read it like probably yesterday. Mimi and Kasuya are at the house, and then they go out to the corner store. Then they when they're coming back, Sumi-chan, she's amazing. She's just sitting there with a little bag, and she's like, "Oh, why are you guys coming over here? How do you know she lives here?" But she doesn't say anything, and she brought a cake for Chizuru. So they go in and they explain the whole situation, how they're living together, how there's a test that he's trying to ace, but there's no real good answer or anything. And they put the cake in the fridge and all that. And then Mitsuhara finally comes back, and yeah, everything's cool. She's like, and she's surprised that Sumi's there. He's like, oh my god, Sumi, I forgot you came in so you can pray to the little altars that they have for her grandma and grandpa. Sumi was gonna come over and pray on the altar, and yeah, and she was gonna show her respects and everything because she hasn't done so. And then while they're doing that, Kazuya and Mimi bring out the cake and put it on the table. And then when Chizuru comes back, she's like, "Oh, you guys got a cake? Like, why?" And she's like, "Oh, Sumi brought it, and I guess we wanted to like celebrate." And then they're like, "Oh, we're gonna go to the corner store, get some tea, get some stuff, get some chips. We're gonna come back," and then they start having a fun time. They start like talking and like having fun, playing some games and all that. And then that's the thing. One thing about Mimi is that she lives in social media. She's a streamer. She lives in social media. She's always taking pictures of eventful moments and all that. And they're having their birthday, and Mitsuhara thinks to herself, she's like, "Oh hey, that's kind of weird. Why haven't you taken a single picture of this? Like, that's kind of weird. Aren't you a streamer?" He's like, "Well, it's your birthday. Like, that shouldn't be the social media shouldn't be the focus. Like, we're all having fun here, and if you want to, you can do it yourself. But that will be like kind of intrusive. Like, I don't want to take this moment and like turn it into some social media grind." He's like, "Oh," and then she finally smiles. She's like, "Okay, that was a good birthday. I was here with my friends and potential boyfriend, and it was all fun." And then starts. I'm almost done. God damn, I'm sweating. I'm almost done. They finally, this dude, after everything that's going on, he finally nuts up. And he's like, "You know what? I'm moving out in a week. I need to make my move." He's like, "Fuck it." He goes up to Mitsuhara and he's like, "Hey Mitsuhara, go out on a date with me. You want to finish your test? Go out on a date with me on this date." And she's like, "Okay." She's doing the whole blushing thing, and like yeah. He's like, the dude finally nuts up and goes up to her and be like, "Can you go on a real date with me, not a rent a date?" And that's the other thing. Throughout this whole arc, after like the pool thing, she really wasn't going on many rent a dates. Like that got put on stop. And when they were living together, definitely. I think she had one. And that one was his grandma renting her to see what she does as a job. But yeah, he finally nods up, tells her, let's go on a date. Any water? My throat's dying. I'm gonna have to cut this down. But yeah. Finally nods up, tells her, okay, let's go on a date. And she's like, okay. I'm not available the day you told me, or those days, but I'm gonna be available on the 17th. One day before he leaves. Yeah, she's waiting to the last moment because she still hasn't made up her mind. Yeah. And, yeah. From, once he says that, they both set the date, and she's still not quite sure. They set a date, which is the day before he leaves, and he starts prepping, and they've gotten fairly close. Like, they're texting a lot more. She's telling him, "Oh hey, you don't have to lie to me to save face. Just tell the truth." Like he does a lot of lying just so that way he doesn't look bad, creepy, or perverted. He does a lot of that, and she actually confronted him. He's like, "Hey, we should speak our minds. Like, you don't have to lie." Like, there's a really cute scene where I think he was gonna go to the bathroom, but she was coming out of the bathroom, and he's like, "Oh, I was just going to the kitchen," and she basically like points on his chest. He's like, "You don't have to lie." And that's when they start breaking that wall down, because that was another wall. He would like lie constantly, like very badly about the stupidest, like meaningless stuff. He would lie, and she's like, "We shouldn't be lying to, like, you shouldn't be lying." And even when she does say like some stuff, she's like, "Oh yeah, I lied about that. I'll fess up to it." And they start fessing up to like more and more stuff, and they start getting more closer together in the living together arc. And he starts planning everything. And this shows some growth for Kasuya, because he's been a fucking pussy ass bitch. He's doing the date, and this is a real date, but he's trying to plan everything, and he's like, wait, I should put her feelings into consideration. I should ask her, like, oh hey, where do you want to go out to eat? Like, are you craving anything? And so that way they can both plan it together. And yeah, she's like, oh, I can really pretty much eat anything. And then basically doesn't fit the situation that he was in, because she's like, I can eat anything. But then she's like, okay, he did ask me for something, is asking for my input, not just making it, not basically taking care of me. Like, he's asking me, oh hey, like, we're gonna do something together, maybe there should be a little bit of responsibility on your side. So Mitsuhara tells him, oh hey, let's have some hot pot. Yeah, like hot pot on our date. And he's like, oh yeah, that's good. And then he makes a beautiful ass plan of everything they're gonna do that day. And you're like, okay, this is good. And then he starts looking out the spots. They're gonna go to Joyland, Joypolis. I think it's supposed to be Disneyland in Japan, but it's called Joypolis. It's weird. But he starts scouting that out. He starts scouting the hot pot because he's never had it. And the places he was going to were Chinese, and he invites Mimi because Mimi's his wingman. She's the other goat. The goat from the other side. She's been his wingman throughout all this. She's been pushing them together to do everything. But yeah, she basically, he goes out with Mimi to do hot pot, and I think she's part Chinese or full Chinese, and she's like, oh hey, when you come to a hot pot, order these things. They're really good. And even though you can't read the menu, these and this are good. And they do that. He goes out to get clothes. The dude gets Doc Martens. I'm like, hell yeah, he got the Docs. Then he starts fixing his fucking dress up, because the dude's been wearing a swirly t-shirt for like 2 decades it seems. And he just bleaches his hair and leaves like the fucking roots. He's a fucking mess. But yeah, he starts like getting his dress up, and he spent, if I'm correct, from what I remember, I read this yesterday, $795 on his full outfit to go out on a date. And I think it was because the docks in Japan were $500. That is insane. But yeah. So he's spending all that money. He's getting the tickets and everything. And he wants to check out Joyopolis to see what they can do there. And when they go to Joyopolis, Mimi and him go out to Joyopolis to scout out the place. And Mimi tells him, "Oh hey, we should do this. I'm gonna act like Mitsuhara." And she does this thing where it's like the comedy thing where they like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like they become like a very cartoony character to represent some kind of humor and all that. But basically, whenever she's doing that face, it's like, "Oh yeah, hey, you're fucking up. You should be figuring out what you're fucking up." And they start having a date. And that's the first time he's gone out with Mimi as a date, technically, but she's acting out as Mitsuhara. And throughout this date, Mimi kind of starts getting some feels for Kasuya, even though she's helping him. And she's like, that's kind of weird. They do a personality test thing where they go through a forest, and she's getting some feels for Kazuya, even though that's her bro. And then it's kind of like, she gets the results from the test. It's like, that's really good compatibility between us. And yeah, they do all that. And Mami-chan, his ex, is somewhere in the background, and she comes in. She's like, she doesn't know her feelings or whatever. Don't care. Moving past that. We're just doing the date prep stuff. So at the end of the date, she reels it back in. She's like, "No, he's in love with Chizuru. I'm not gonna intervene in this. I want to see them successfully, like, go on a date and all do all that." And that's it. Like, Mimi-chan got a couple of the feels. Like he's like, "Oh, he's kind of cool." And then completely, she's like, "No, he's my bro. I'm gonna help him out." And then the date. The date happens, and Mitsuhara and him go out. It's raining that day because that's why they went to Joyopolis, because Joyopolis is like an inside amusement park, so the rain's not gonna bother them. But when they get there, since it's raining and it's the weekend, everybody's at Joyopolis, so every single ride is fucking full. You have hour-long wait times and all that. So his whole plan starts messing up from the get-go. They decided to meet at the front door of their house before they leave. And Mimi had coached them that when he first sees her, he has to say, "Oh, hey, you're looking kind of cute. Like, you're looking nice." Like she was dressing up not for a rent-a-day, for an actual date, and she wanted to like impress him. So Mimi told him, "Oh, hey, you should impress her." He gets caught up in his own head with the bullshit he does, and compliments her up and down inside his head. Notices once they're like down the road, he's like, "Oh my god, I missed my chance. The whole date's ruined. What the fuck am I doing? Why am I doing this? I love her, but I fucked up. I fucked up from the get-go. I didn't tell her she was cute." And then just goes in his mind again and does the same tango. And yeah, they get to the amusement park, and there was a few flags that he missed of stuff that Mimi told him to do that he misses, and he just starts freaking out. He's like, "This date is going terribly. I don't know what I'm doing." And yeah, and most of the rides are closed, but Mitsuhara has been to Joyopolis 7 times already. So he shows a place where she's been to 7 times because she's a rent-a-girlfriend. So they go there, it's super full, but he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna take you through the shopping center," because the shopping center is like an old school like Japan shopping market where they have retro games, candy, and like they have like old arcade games and all that. And he's like, "Oh hey, we should go to the shopping center. apparently she's never been to the shopping center because Joyopolis is so big that all her dates want to go on the big rides, while the marketplaces they didn't go to because they're gonna spend like their 2 hours of a rent-a-date doing the big rides. And they went to the market and then they had a really good time. They went to the market. She was looking at the retro games. She was like, they were playing ski hockey, like shooting games, like shooting gallery games. They got candy. And throughout all this, she starts asking him the insanely hard questions to him. And she asked him, hey, when do you think cheating becomes cheating? And he's like, he goes inside his head and he's like, I don't know. And he gets all flustered because technically he's still with Ruka, even though before this whole date thing, right when they started living together, he went up to Ruka and told her, hey Ruka, I have the craziest feels for Mitsuhara, and this is not right. I want to break up with you. Like I'm breaking up with you. And she didn't take it. Like she's still his girlfriend. So when Mitsuhara asked them in the Joyopolis, oh hey, when do you think cheating is too much? Like when does it become cheating? And he's like, I don't know what I'm doing. When you kiss somebody. And then he goes back in his mind, and Ruka had already kissed the fuck out of him. And he's like, oh. And she's like, huh. And then she's like, but if you're doing like an acting scene and you have to kiss somebody, is that cheating? And then they go through that whole thing. Another thing she asked him is, oh hey, how many kids do you want? And he's like, oh. So originally with his ex, Mami-san, he said, I want as many kids as possible to fill up a football field. I told you, no risk. This dude is brain dead. He told his ex, I want a football field. So he learned, at least from that this time maybe he shouldn't say he wants 15 kids. So yeah, he tells him 2 or 3, and she's like, oh. Like every time he says his answer, she's disappointed. And yeah, and she's like, I want a lot of kids. Like I want like 7 of them. And because I didn't have a family growing up, I want a family that will be there, will be happy, and I want kids that when they see their parents walking by in front of them, they'll have a big smile. And he's like, oh, I guess I should have said my actual answer. And then she asked him a whole bunch of like hard-hitting questions. And can't think of all of them, but they have their date. And they have lunch, then they start writing the rights, and the dude is fucking helpless. But once it clicks with him, like they start talking about other stuff and they both have the same interest, he's good. He's not freaking out. They're having a good conversation and everything. But most of the times he's freaking out. He needs to chill. Like he's fucking freaking out all the time. But when she finally like makes conversation between the back and forth of them, it's good. Like he's not freaking out. And then there's a few things I'm skipping, but we're at the end. Like we're gonna get to the pier. Yeah, the pier. In the pier. So the last thing on his event of scheduling is they're gonna go on the walk on the beach, so that way at night, because it was supposed to stop raining at night. It was gonna rain the whole day, and then at night it was gonna rain. So they go to the pier, and this is what made the internet blow up. They finally reach a point, and she's gonna make her decision if she loves him or doesn't love him. This blew up the fucking internet, and I'm like, I kind of saw her answer coming, but most people they were feral. So they go up to the pier, and the first thing she does is she tells him, oh hey, I really do love you, but let me get her exact words because it pissed people off after 380. She says, he goes up to the pier, amazing scene, they can see the whole city, and she says, I think that I might be in love with you. I think. Hello? What? It's been 380 chapters. And she thinks still. Like, it's been on my mind. Okay. She brings out the ring and she tells him, I can't put this on. I love you. I love your whole, she says, I love your family, your friends. Like, I still can't put it on yet. I can't put on the ring that they gave me. I don't regret kissing you. And I will do it again, no matter how many times we need to take in this situation. But she says, I love you and everything. I think I love you. And then she says, but considering my lifestyle, my work, and everything else, I just don't think this is something I can jump into right now. And then she says sorry and does the bow. And people lost their collective mind on this. It's been like 100 chapters of building up this whole date, living together, and she rejects the fuck out of him. Like, what? Okay, I'm like, okay, her life is pretty messed up right now. I'll get back to the whole relationship thing. She says, sorry, because of everything that's going on, I don't think I can date you. I still don't know my mind. She's like, sorry, I'm so sorry. This is his response. He's like, oh yeah, well, that's life. These things happen sometimes. I guess I'm just happy to hear that you feel so strongly about it. I can tell how hard you thought about it. Anyway, I should get going. And turns around and starts leaving. It's like, she's there, like, he just starts walking away. And then she looks down and she has blisters on the back of her shoes because she got new shoes. And her feet are wrecked. And he starts walking away. Like, yeah, he took it like a champ, but did he really? He didn't cry or anything. Like, this dude cries at the drop of a hat. But yeah, he's like, oh, that sucks. I guess we gave it a try and it didn't work out. And then they both start working together. And he's like, yeah, she rejected my ass. She said sorry about it. And yeah, he goes from, he's usually here on the awkward scale. He's awkward now. He's full on awkward because he doesn't know how to handle the situation. Should they walk home back together? They live in the same house right now. Maybe not the next day, but should they walk home together? Nope, no fucking idea. But she goes up to him as they're walking back from the pier and she's like, I want to go for a walk. You should head back without me. And she's like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, it'll probably be really awkward since you rejected me and it'll probably be really awkward. Then I'm gonna go ahead and everything. So they separate and they start like walking back. And then oh yeah, she gives him the ring. Yeah, here, sorry I kept this. And they both go their separate ways. They take different routes. And then as they do their different routes, they have to like, they end up reaching each other again, like when they're close to the house, because they're going to the same fucking place. They're fucking retarded. Okay. Yeah. In his mind, he's going through everything. He's actually taking it surprisingly well, considering how he takes other things. And he lets Mimi know because Mimi was like the person in the sideline. He's like, it didn't work out. Like, he lets Mimi know, like, that's the first person he lets know because she's been like the wingman. He's like, it didn't work out, I'm sorry. Like how that was her dream. She wanted to get them together. And yeah, he just goes home, and then finally they meet up together. And besides, oh right, that happened. So they finally come to an intersection, and he's like, "Oh, there you are." It's like, I guess this is pretty awkward. Yeah, what a coincidence! You're here. And he notices that she's walking weird, and yeah, she's like not leaning too much on one foot, and then goes to the other one. He's like, "Oh, you're acting weird." He's like, "Huh." And then she takes off her shoes, and the back of her like leg is like fucked, like where the shoes are. And he's like, "What happened? When did you get that?" He's like, near the beginning of the date." So she's been having the back of her foot getting destroyed since the beginning of the day, and didn't show anything until the very end because she didn't want to ruin the date. She was actually giving it a shot, and she did reject them. But he's like, "Oh shit." He's like, "Is it your right foot only?" He's like, "No." She's like, "My left foot's also really bad." He's like, "Oh shit, she was walking all day just for me, and yeah, she didn't say a thing." She's like, "Why didn't you say anything?" Like, it's like, "Because it's not right. I didn't want to ruin the date." And he's like, "Yeah, okay." And then it made him happy, like that she didn't say anything. She didn't want to ruin it. He's like, "Okay." He's like, he gets down on his knees. He's like, "Come on, jump on," to do the little horse thingy where you carry people. Like, "Come on, get on." And she's like, "No, don't do that. I don't want you doing stuff for me." And she's like, "Fine, I can hop my way home." And he's like, "No, it's fine. There's still a long way to go. I can't stand seeing you like this." Like, he still cares for her. Even though he got rejected, he cares for her. And he's like, "No, I'm not gonna let you walk when your feet are fucking destroyed." He's like, "Just get on." And she does get on. And she's like, "I might be a little bit heavy." He's like, he does this thing where he yells. He doesn't use inside voice. She's like, "I might be heavy." He's like, No, you're not at all." And he's like, "I'm gonna stand." He stands up. And that's the thing. I saw the rejection and people blew their collective mind. They probably had to wait a week, so it kind of died down after that, but people were still going crazy. In my opinion, this walk home is super huge because once he picks her up, it switches to her perspective. And it starts with, "My name is Shizuru Ishonose. I'm an actress. I rent a girlfriend. I used to think that books and movies were nothing but fiction, and that the real world was full of harsh realities, impossible dreams, unrewarded efforts, and uncredited feelings. Still, even now, I remember that walk home. Whenever I was with him, I felt like I was inside a story." Then they have their talk. And she's like, "I'm really sorry." And he's like, "Oh no, it's fine. You're not heavy at all." And she's like, "No, that's not what I mean. Sorry." He's like, "That's not what I'm talking about." He's like, "No worries. Your feelings are what's important. Like, don't care about my feelings." He says, "Your feelings are important. That's life, you know." Like, he's trying to put up a good face. And she's like, "I forgot to ask earlier." He asked her. he asked her, "I forgot to ask earlier, but can I keep loving you for a little bit longer?" And I'm like, "Bro, seriously asking this shit?" And she's like, "No, you can't keep loving. You can't." And he's like, "But it's not like I can change how I feel suddenly. I mean," and she tells him, "I mean, it's just that this isn't right. I know that I'm making you wait, and yet here I am borrowing your shoulder again." not even able to understand how I feel yet. And if I were you, I hate somebody like me. Like, I can't make up my feelings yet, and you're head over heels over me. And like, come on, what are you talking about? It's not your fault you got blisters. Once again, he's fucking brain dead. And he's like, plus, I couldn't see you like hurting yourself, so you wouldn't bother me. Besides, remember what I said, he says. Remember what I said. I'll wait however long it takes. I've been thinking. You believe in me. You believed in me, Mitsuhara, back then. So it's my turn this time. Also, you know, yeah, he said, I don't care. I love you. I'm gonna wait for you 10, 20 years. However long it fucking takes. I'm gonna wait for you until you make up your mind. And once again, she's still not 100% sure, but she's like, and he's like, he tells her, like, I'm gonna wait for you. And he says, I don't think it's possible for me in my lifetime to love anyone more than I love you. So, sorry. I'm sorry. And she's like, no, you can't. I didn't lie. This is from her perspective now. I didn't lie about anything that I talked about on that day. My feelings for him and my decision were so sincere, almost pathetically so. On the way home, I couldn't help but feel guilty for not being able to come up with an answer to my feelings. And for his sake as well, and for his feelings and for his sake as well, the desperation not to put it off any longer than I already had. Only our shadows were together. It made me feel awful. Looking up, I could see the back of his head. I'd seen it so many times before yet. Maybe it was because my feet weren't touching the ground. But for some reason, it looked somewhat different. So I remembered the person's scent was strongest around their scalp. Such a random thought popped into my head, and I nudged my face slightly into his back. When I did, it seemed like it smelled like my grandpa. Yeah, it sounds weird. It smelled like her grandpa, but the way that she's saying that is like her grandpa was there for her all the time. He was supporting her through everything that she wanted to do. But here's another guy that's like supporting her dreams and everything that she's doing. And that's why she said, smell like my grandpa. Yeah, it's weird, but still. And throughout all this is like, you know how you had your squell bubbles and then you have your actual dialogue bubbles? This is the dialogue that's going on while she's having this inner monologue. She's like, but... He's like, but... And she's like, no. But I just... No. I mean, even if you tell me no... She's like, no. But... And he's like, but... No. She's like, no. I can't stop. I can't just stop. And she's like, no. It's like, sorry, no. Like I said, I can't, no. Sorry, no. But this huge dialogue's going on inside of her. And yeah. He told him, don't wait for me. I don't even know my feelings. And then it's the day after. Moving day. And this will be the last chapter because there's nothing else until I think it's Tuesday. Yep. He's reminiscing about everything that's going on. And then she comes into his room. He's like, oh, you're moving out? And he's like, yeah, I'm heading out. Here are the keys. And then she added a little like a little Nemo fish, a clownfish to the little keys. And he gives her back the key. And then she takes out the little Nemo and gives it to him. And he's like, oh, thank you for cleaning, keeping everything so clean. He's like, do you need help with anything? And then she closes the door and he goes to the front with his bots. He has like one bot of clothes and his backpack. And the taxi's there. He's like, okay, I'll be off then. And she's like, is that all you're taking? He's like, yeah, it's just mostly clothes. I didn't really bring anything here. She's like, thanks for cleaning. And she's like, oh yeah. They're saying their goodbyes. It didn't work out. They didn't work out or anything. And he's leaving. He's trying to be happy. And he's like, yeah, she's something so normal. This is breaking me on the inside. He's crying. Well, he's not crying. He's inside crying. And he's like, she seems to be in a really good mood. Like, she's not showing any emotion. And he's doing the imagination thing again, which fucking annoys the shit out of me. He's like, I'm stupid. I'm just making it. I'm making it up on my head. And then he's like, oh, that's probably everything she had to say. So I guess I'm getting out of here. And he's like, yep, I guess this is it. I'm leaving. And to be honest, I'm gonna miss her. He finally stopped. Like, I'm not gonna freak out about her. I'm all done. We gave it a try. She doesn't want to. Fine. I'm moving on. Then fuck him. He's like, am I gonna survive? Like, in his head, he's like, I don't even know what to do anymore. Like, I still love her, but not working out. But I have something that I need to say to her. He turns back to her. He's like, I really meant what I said yesterday. I'll keep the promise I made back then. I'll wait 10, 20 years. The motherfucker went to from, I'll wait forever. You are the girl for me. I'm gonna wait forever. And then he's like, see you around. Gets on the taxi. Mitsuhara is gonna... That's the thing. The way they make her face is usually when she's kidding around. But she stands on the thingy, jumps in the taxi, and then just mooches the boy after this whole bullshit. And people were losing it on the internet. I'm like, yeah, I see that. She has feelings for him. She just doesn't understand them. But people lost their collective mind because she just rejected him, and now she's here in the taxi cab after he was like finally coming down and being like, okay, fine, it didn't work out, and gives the fucker a kiss before he leaves. Really good shots though. And she's like, okay, you can drive now. And he's blushing, and the fucking taxi cab driver is like, is that your girlfriend? Super jealous. And he's like, yeah. And what happened? How did we get here? Like, makes no fucking sense. She read it to him. And yeah, if I think more about it from everything I read, since I read it recently, I didn't have to wait week to week, it makes sense. She does love him, but she's not 100% there. And he's 100% there. Like, he's dead set on that. And yeah, the next chapter is him trying to process everything. He's blushing, he's in the car, he's stun locked. He's like, what the fuck just happened? I was leaving and she kissed me. Why she kissed me? And he's trying to figure it out. The whole chapter of this is him going in his head. I actually support this one. He usually goes in his head and does some super bullshit. This one, I understand. I'm like, signals, where are they? They have left space. It makes no sense. It's kind of like, yes, no, maybe? What just happened? And then he can't talk to her because he just left. He's going to his new apartment. And he's trying to figure all this shit out. And then he's like, huh. He gets to the front door. He's like, huh. What are we doing? What's this game we're playing? And then he starts checking out the house, the new dryer, starts taking a bath. He's like, huh. Are we... Wait, I don't know what's going on. And then he's like, I just don't get it. This is the one time I actually support him freaking out his mind, because he's like, signals? What? And then he finally like sees the ring. He's sitting on the floor looking at the keychain. He's like still pondering. It's kind of like, what the fuck? And then it goes back to Mitsuhara. And Mitsuhara is in the kitchen. She's like maybe cooking something. Well, she's not cooking something. I think she's cutting something. And then she had taken out the curtains that they set up and everything. And then she starts walking around the house and there's nobody there because Mimi went to hang out with a friend, like in the countryside. And she's making some stew and all that. No, I think it's rice porridge. And then she started walking around the house and she sees the futon he was using. And then she's just looking everywhere. Then she thinks about the kiss. And then Mimi comes back. She's like, I'm back! The Demon King of the Sixth Heaven, Mini Oda, has returned to her castle. And that's it! That is all we get for now. Nothing has happened. Relationships take fucking forever. It's been 40 volumes. I read this shit in less than a week. I was grinding, man. I was going through this just because I was like, is it a cuck manga? Is it? Did I read that wrong? And yes, it had some very huge cuck scenes, but not actual cuck scenes. It was all in his fucking head, but still. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, yeah, some people online are saying, oh hey, Kasuya is reliving all of this and like, what is going on? Where are these signals? And Chihiro's just there standing, not feeling anything. But she's not saying much. But what she's doing in the panels is like, oh, she's like thinking about him. Like, she's going to the places that she will like meet him every day. She will go to the room, stand by the door, and like talk to him and all that. And she's thinking, did I make the right choice and all that? Because she still loves him, but she doesn't understand it yet. And now, with that, since the Demon King of the Sixth Heaven, Mimi Oda, has returned to her castle and we got nothing to talk about, let's talk about the relationship. This is gonna be quick, but this is what makes things super complicated between the two of them. Throughout this whole thing, he's always been providing for her, even when she didn't want it. And he's done like huge things for her. And like the movie thing, like he set up a whole movie and all that. And in the end of the day, people are mad because this guy's putting his fucking life out and doing all this. In the end, why should she pay him back for all the nice things she's done for her? Love is not transactional. It doesn't matter if he fucking gave his life for her and everything. Love should never be transactional. And that's what makes things so complicated. Chizuru, or Mitsuhara, she has nobody. She has no social groups. She just lost her last living relative. While Kazuya, on the other side, he has everything. He has friends. He has a family. If stuff goes wrong, he can just get help from his family. For her, if things go wrong, who can she lean to? And it was so nice that, like she said, when she was rejecting him, she loves that she built these connections with like the grandma. She built these relationships with like his family and all that. But let's say they go out together, and she quits her rent-a-girlfriend thing, and they separate. She's losing all her social. She's losing her source of income, and she has nobody. So I understand why she says she's not ready. Like, she has nothing, and if stuff goes sideways, she has like, that's why she doesn't understand the whole thing. Like, he built a support system for her with friends and all that, but it's one of those things where, oh hey, if we break up, where are your friends going? Are they going this way? Or are they going that way? They're probably going to your way. And she's afraid of that too. And it makes it super complicated because he has everything and she kind of has nothing. And yeah, even though he just did these amazing things, did the whole he's always been like there for her and all that, she doesn't want to lean on him. She wants them to be on equal grounds. Like, she doesn't want to be like taken care of, and she also doesn't want to take care of somebody. They want to be like even together. And right now he's over the top because he will be there for her, he will do everything, and she doesn't understand her feelings yet, so she can't be there on the same even ground as her. But yeah, that was my rant. It's been 2 hours and 35 minutes. But yeah, don't read it. It takes way too fucking long. I went online, I looked at a whole bunch of stuff. You can read 3, 4, maybe even 5 romance mangas with better character development, better pacing. This thing takes way too fucking long. I've never read Demon Slayer, but I could have read it twice. And the character development, nobody gets developed. The Kazuya acting now, besides a few scenes, is acting exactly the same as the Kazuya from chapter 1. There's no development. So yeah, that's what makes it so annoying. Because there's a lot of good moments, but overall, this dude fucking blows. Any girl that comes in front of him, he's sexualizing because he's a fucking virgin. But he has his good moment. Yeah. Where was I? Yeah, that's basically it. Huh. Don't read it. It's not worth it. Go read something else. I'm not gonna tell you my favorite manga because it's just as bad, but that was my favorite manga. Is a completely other issue. Maybe I'll talk about it one day. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this fucking, it's gonna be shorter. It's not gonna be 2 hours and a half rant. Let me know in the comments. Let me know about other romance mangas, because I had a lot of experience before, but so much has come out. Yeah, let me know about other romance mangas and all that. Until next time, guys. Bye.